be careful what you ask for, right? And everybody wanted this change, but we don't know what we're going to get out of this change. And we know we're getting a talented quarterback, and we understand that he's more athletic and those types of things. But be careful what you're asking for. He's playing up a level now, and it's just a little bit scary. We might get a Cam Ward situation, or we might get a situation where they could drop 0-3, and then you guys will start blaming Maava. Just be careful what you're asking for. If he does go 0-3, if he does, be patient with him. He still has a whole nother year. Like, let's not run this kid out of town. Like, this is what we wanted. We made our beds. Let's lie in it. And we just have to be careful what we ask for. And it's here now, and now we have to live with it. And we have to live it all the way out until middle of next year, if anything. And then I'm pretty sure people will be calling for Juju if it's the same situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do think, again, things with Miller started out strong. Again, everyone's happy. I mean, everyone's Miller time. Everyone's excited, and it just shows you, Coach. That's why I'm saying it's a great reminder to people, because fan bases turn fast on people, and you got to remember. I mean, Jaden is the thing that Miller had been in the system for 3 years. Yeah, and Jaden has been, he knows the playbook, he knows how to run the offense. The issue is how much they can open up the playbook to him. I really do think that he has all the physical tools in the world. He seems like a bright young man. He does seem, the way the ball comes off his hand, it's just amazing. He does have all the physical tools you could ask for in a quarterback. And let's just hope that the team around him is going to place the ball, because we still have receivers dropping balls. There was a receiver that got hit right in the hands on an early drive on a 3rd down, and that wasn't Miller. Miller Moss put the ball exactly where it went. And sometimes his receivers this year aren't helping him. This is a young quarterback. He came in that game though, Coach, and I know it was against Utah State at the very end, but he did have a bit of a moxie to him. He's not brand new. People didn't realize it, but going into the game, he had more experience from playing than Miller did. Obviously, Miller only played really in the bowl game, and he did some light mop up duty. But Jaden had been a quarterback for the majority of the year. So I mean, although he was a redshirt freshman, I think it's not like he's new to the game. And when he came into the game, I really liked it also. The last game he came into against Rutgers, when he just took the ball on the read option and it just took off. It just went. He didn't even hesitate, really. He just went off the left side and ran the ball for like 15 yards. That's what you're going to get from here. Defenses are good. They're going to have to account for him, Coach. Talk about the difference between having a quarter. So we're not going into all the details of it, but talk about the advantages, right? Where you have to have a spy, or if you have to spy him, then that's one less guy in the secondary that they have for coverage, and someone's got to account for him.
Yeah, and so it goes to counting numbers, right? So you account for the running back, but now you have to count for the running back and the quarterback. It changes up your whole game plan, because I don't even know if Nebraska plays this week. I'm not sure. I don't follow Nebraska that closely. I really don't care about Nebraska. But if Nebraska has to play this week, and now they have 1 week to prepare for it, now they have to prepare for true RPO. They have to prepare for a running quarterback. They have to prepare for probably a different game plan altogether in 4 days, and that's pretty tough. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of time to prepare for that compared to these 10 days that SC has to prepare and put together a game plan with 9 games worth of work, and get to put in a new offense and get to experience a new quarterback and go kind of to back to a Caleb Williams-esque offense. So I'm not saying that he won't get it done, and I'm not saying he won't be excited. What I'm saying is just give him some time. I guess I should say that. Just give him some time and just let this thing pan out.
The question I have is, what kind of big advantage is USC looking forward to going into the game, playing Nebraska at home, by the way, guys? This is not a road game. This is a home game. This is where it's a homecoming game. And by the way, fans, just one more thing, public service announcement. We better not get Bruined. Don't you dare sell your tickets and let that thing be half Nebraska, because I'm hoping with all the excitement of Jada Maava starting, maybe that's going to breathe some breath and wake up some of our fans to show up. I really hope so. But what advantages do you think that's going to give us? Because there's no film on Jaden Maiava, and if anyone's thinking that anything you saw in the spring game has anything to do with anything, you saw nothing in the spring game. What Maiava is going to be running. How much of an advantage, Coach, as a defense? How much does that put them at a disadvantage?
Well, the disadvantage is that UCLA plays Iowa this weekend, right? Nebraska probably has a game. I'm not too sure. Notre Dame plays Army, believe it or not, which is unfortunate because I definitely wanted that Army-Navy undefeated matchup. So the thing you have to look at is that you don't have the time to prepare. And then the biggest thing is the unknown, right? And I think that was kind of the advantage against also Nebraska is on a bye week. So Nebraska's
they're on a bye week.
So the biggest thing still is the unknown, right? So you have to ask yourself, what are they going to do? How are they going to do it? And when are they going to do it? Right? Third down calls change. Third down is the most important down in football. I don't care what you say. You always have to win on third down. So third down makes a big difference. P and 10, which is the opening plays, those make a big difference. You don't know what their script is now. Everything changes. Tendencies are starting to change. Now you have Woody Marks and you have Maiava running the ball. There's, you know what I mean? Like a keep is dangerous in the game now. So just the unknown. The biggest thing is the unknown. So hopefully this does come out well. I'll be interested to see what he does and how he does it and the way he changes his calls and how he scripts his plays. So that's one of the things I'm looking for. So, yeah, but I guess I'm talking in circles now, but the biggest advantage is the unknown.
Yeah, it really is. And, again, you're giving Lincoln 2 weeks, right, to work. Yep. Now, they're not going to throw the playbook out, obviously, but there are going to be things that they're going to emphasize. There are going to be some wrinkles that they are going to be able to put in there. There probably going to be some plays that they're going to run and run dip. Run. How do I put this right? They're going to be able to run. There's certain plays in the playbook that will be highlighted, that will be used a lot more than they were because they're two different types of quarterbacks, and so you're going to see just a lot more effective run game. I think they are going to rely heavily on a lot of run game. I really think that's what you're going to see in this team. And then as soon as they come up to the box, Coach, as soon as they start coming up on that line, that's when Jay's going to hit them over the top. And, you're going to see Lemon, or you're going to see Branch, or you're going to see Deuce get loose deep, and you're going to see all the magic happen. So I'm excited. It's going to be, at the very least, it's going to be something new, right?
It is. And you know what? I think there will be a bigger crowd than expected now that the quarterback change happened. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody's going to want to see it. And it's at 1:00. It's homecoming. They should have some visits in this weekend. This is the time to have. Anytime SV plays at 1:00, you need to have your top recruits in because the game will be over at 4. That's plenty of time in LA for you to get a guy to commit. Trust me, especially going to SC. So hopefully they have some recruits in. But I think we're gonna get a big crowd. And if when we beat Nebraska. That battle for victory Bell is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a big one now because we also have the hot new toy in town that everybody's going to be talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, and also, Jaden Maiava. This is I can't remember. I think it was Rusty that had it on his tweet. Jaden Maiava, for the great Polynesian tradition we have here at USC. Yeah, he is the first starting quarterback ever at USC, which kind of, I mean, when you really think about it, that kind of shocked me. I mean, I don't know why it did, but it just seemed like, obviously if you count backwards on your quarterbacks, you realize that's true. But I did hear that. I was like, that was interesting. So that that's what a great honor for the young man. It's going to be a great game. I do think I made the joke. I don't think no one. First off, we're never going to get Bruined. We're not going to have we're not going to have tarps out there. But make sure you get out there, you guys, and support the team because one thing that also has disheartened me is now that we're not in the playoffs, people think the season's over. Oh, well, the season's over. Do I have to remind you guys we played Notre Dame and UCLA? Since when did those games not matter to Trojans?
Yeah.
When those games don't matter to Trojans, it's almost like we shouldn't play football anymore. I'm sorry. That is a fact. You need the standard is championships. The standards is national championship. but so is beating the crap out of the Irish and beating the crap out of the Bruins. The day that ends, you guys, this isn't Trojan football.
Hey, Tim, I want to address something real quick. Can you pop up that comment from Trojan Fight? It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one up. Nope.
Fifth one up.
The fifth
that
one.
one.
That one. So, yeah, okay. They'll run a scout team with a mobile quarterback or someone scouting as a mobile quarterback. But what plays are you running?
Yeah, that's my point. Right.
What plays?
That was the point.
You're running a scout team with what plays? You're just going to have a mobile quarterback running around. What cards are you drawing up? What tendencies are you picking up on film? What's the percentage of run pass on third down? When they're on the left hash, what's their percentage of run pass? When they're on the right hash, what's their percentage of run pass? When they're middle field, what's that percentage? When they're left hash, what's their favorite play? When they're on the right hash, what's their favorite play? You know what I mean? When they're in the green zone, which is between, for me, the green zone is between the 245s. What players are they running when they're in the green zone with this quarterback? Like, there's a lot more to just running with a backup, with a scout quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just do it that way. There's so much that goes into the scouting that I think that was just you can't just say, well, they'll just do that. There's never, well, they'll just do that in football. It's a big chess game. Sorry about that.
I mean, again, great question. And, great point, Coach. Because, it's not that you can't mimic, it happens all the time on scout teams, right? You put the guy in that's going to help. That's what the whole point of the scout team is. And so the problem you're going to have, though, is that you don't know the tendencies, like Coach is saying. You don't, you have film on what USC was under, the offense was under Miller Moss. You don't really know the way they're going to run the ball with Miller. So, is it going to be as drastic as the Orgy thing? No, I think the Orgy and they had stuff in for Orgy. It was totally different, clearly, than they had for Warren. But I mean, it's a situation where USC is going to come out in that first half at home cooking. And I would love to see it. I've been asking for it. We've seen it one time against Utah State. I want to see USC play 4 quarters on both sides of the ball.
Yes, I want to see a complete game. I want to see a complete game so bad. I want to see a complete game, Tim. I'm begging for a complete game. Begging.
And we got one more shot on the road. We've had some close ones, here at home. We got the road game at UCLA. Yes, people in the Midwest, that is a road game. We own the Rose Bowl, but we don't. That's not our home field. You want to see that there too. You want to see on a hostile, with a hostile crowd on foreign soil. You want to see the team go in there and have that attitude. And I have a lot of confidence in this team still. I'm not ready to throw this thing in. Do they have any really great postseason play opportunities? No, they don't. But there's still anyone saying out there's nothing to play for this season. Again, how long have you been a Trojan?
Because it's just a pride thing, though. Play for your pride.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, and that's where it is. It is pride. It's pride in USC. It's pride in the fact of beating Notre Dame. I mean, every time you play Notre Dame, Marv Goo talked about it. That game is special. There is just something special about that game, and it doesn't matter. You throw the records out because that game is special. As much as people want to diminish not being, either team really has been at the top of their game. Notre Dame is most likely a playoff team, and they might be bubble-ish. Who knows? And if USC could put a pacing on them, wouldn't that be? It's not going to fix the season. That's not USC standard playing the spoiler, but it sure is nice. So. Keep that in mind.
I was listening to somebody, I forgot who it was, but they played in the league and their team wasn't very good. He was like, once we got to week 9, our whole goal was to ruin people's chances to go to the playoff. Like, that was our whole goal. And I think they ended up rolling off 5 in a row at the end of the season and was on the verge of being a wild card team. But there was our whole goal was to get our bonuses and ruin people's chances to play in the playoff. So go ruin Notre Dame's chance to play in the playoff. If FC can't make it, then Notre Dame shouldn't make it either. That's how I look at it, right? If you're not there, you can't be there anymore.
Raul, we pretty much already covered this earlier in the show. I mean, it's not like you're going to keep that a secret. That's going to get out. I mean, and to announce it, I mean, realistically, it's for your team as much as for anybody else. And I believe it was leaked out. So, I mean, the leaks are going to happen no matter what. You can't keep these things a secret. There was a rumor. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to spread it. No, actually, I'm not going to. About how the players found out. I don't want to go in there, but it's you name your starting quarterback. There's a couple of things you can do with that. You can go for the big surprise, but do you think that they're surprised? I don't know. I mean, it would have been nice. What I would have liked to see really throughout the whole year would have been, like how people just mess around and do things at the goal line, right? Like with their extra points and stuff like that. So sure, yeah, they come out the swinging gate coach and they end up kicking it every time, right?
Yeah.
But what does the defense have to do every single week when you're getting ready to play a team like that? You got to spend a little bit of time on that damn stupid play. And every minute you can take away from them preparing for the game, it's going to work. And that was one of the things that you want to see. They're going to have to prepare. They got to prepare for both quarterbacks. They really do. Because I think that, Jada Maiava is going to be the starting quarterback. And they know that Jaden is going to play. Well, the problem with Jaden is that they don't have the film. They know the playbook, but they don't know how Lincoln's going to use Jaden within that playbook. So they got to prepare for like all kinds of different quarterbacks. You know what I mean? They can't just go, okay, well, we think he's going to do this. Because by the way, if they go thinking that Jaden's just going to run the ball the entire time like an orgy, they're completely wrong. That kid has a hell of an arm. So if they do that, they're going to get torched. So I'm excited that they have to go into this game blind. They have film on Jada Maiava last year, but they don't have film on Jada Maiava this year. So they got to kind of prepare for a couple different quarterbacks. They're not going to know what they're going to see, Coach.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's nothing to follow up with that. Like, I agree with you on that one. Because like you said, it's leaked, so we don't even know if it's true or not. Miller Moss could run out on the field.
It's true. It's true, Coach. There's way too much. Way too much. I don't know if you see the press conference. It is all true.